Welcome back to that Fight Card Podcast with the latest and most in-depth news in the MMA community. Hosted by Spider.
Hello, everybody. Spider here, the Fight Card Podcast, coming to you once again from San Antonio. We are located inside the House of Jiu-Jitsu Academy, of course, here in downtown. And with me today is actually the owner of the HOJ, man, Jacob Landin. How are you, bro?
What's up, Spider? I'm doing great, bro.
Man, I know every time I'm here, you're here, and you're always busy, man. I mean, to say you're extremely busy is an understatement, because you've got like 1,000 things going on. But I just want to thank you first and foremost, man, for allowing me to do this out of the academy, bro. But let me ask you, I mean, of course, this gym is only about 3 months old?
We're going on 5 months now.
5 months?
Yeah.
And officially, you're doing your grand opening 2022?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say we're still kind of in a soft opening kind of stage, but I mean, we're growing every month, every week. We're getting people signed up. But I would like to say, yeah, we'll have like a big old party, early 2022 to kind of, not just announce to the jiu-jitsu community, but the downtown community also that, hey, there's a new business in town. This is who we are. Kind of invite everybody out and have a good time. No,
for sure, man. And I know, of course, I mean, being downtown, man, I mean, you can't go around with throwing the party, man, because everybody downtown seems to, there's a lot of traffic, of course. Mm-hmm. But we are in the Southtown district, correct?
Yeah, Southtown. We're pretty close to King Williams. We're like a stone's throw away from the Kings William area. We are walking distance from like the police headquarters. Yeah, in the Southtown area, right off of South Laredo Street. Right where South Laredo turns into St. Mary's Street, pretty close to Cesar Chavez.
And what is the physical address so everybody out there can hear it?
It's 823 South Laredo Street, 78204. And
of course, man, I mean, you being a local to San Antonio, I mean, you grew up on the south side. Yeah. And you've been training for how long, man, as far as martial arts?
I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 10 years, a little over 10 years. MMA, probably right around the same time. I met my first coach, David. He's been on the podcast a bunch of times. David Longoria. Yeah. He was my first coach. It was just kind of like jiu-jitsu and MMA training all in one, kind of out of his garage. And that brought me to Ohana Academy like in 2011. Was when I put my first gi on, over there with Professor Jason. And I've kind of been one of those guys that's never taken a break. I've just been, 6-7 days a week for the last 10, 11 years straight now.
And you say, I mean, as far as training, man, I think they said like 10 plus years?
Yes.
And yeah. I think your ears say differently, bro, because you got some cauliflower ear going on there, man. Of course, those are the badge of honor, man. Now, you are a veteran of Bellator MMA, of course. Mm-hmm. You've also boxed professionally. I mean, here out of San Antonio, man.
Yeah.
Now, 2022, are you looking to step back inside the cage or the ring?
Honestly, man, the growth of the young MMA team we have here, it's so like the potential is so high right now that I really want to invest my time in growing these guys' career. I've kind of did a lot, and within 1 year. Within 6 months, I mean, I fought for Bellator, I boxed for PVC Boxing, and I did like a fight to win Jiu-Jitsu super fight. So it was like, 3 of the top organizations in their sports. I kind of fought for all of them within 6 months of each other. So, I mean, I didn't get the outcomes I wanted in all those fights, but I feel like, man, it's the opportunity for these guys, these 10 to 12 guys we got here it just outweighs, the personal gratifications of any fights right now. Now, if something comes along, I mean, I would definitely take it into consideration, but I would take it to the team also because I'm the head coach here. But I tell the guys like it's their team. The fight team isn't my fight team; it's their fight team. I'm just kind of the guy at the front right now. But I see. I mean, we have 4 people booked to fight for Fury in February. I got a couple guys we're looking to fight in May after that. So, man, we're really busy with the Amis right now, and they're all undefeated. So I'm going to kind of focus on that.
No, and of course, I mean, just this past weekend, you guys were at the grappling tournament, man. So that's another outlet. Of course, you got to Stay ready for as far as your teammates and your students, should I say?
Yeah.
But would you say you're happy where you're at right now with everything that's come your way?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely happy. I'm happy that I have my own academy. I'm happy that I was able to stay connected with my Professor Jason at Ohana Academy. We're still a full Ohana affiliate. That makes me really happy. There was a way to grow the family as opposed to burning a bridge and just kind of doing your own thing. So I'm really happy that things kind of fell into alignment the way they have. My professor supports me. We talk often, and I grew up maybe 1.5 miles from here. We bought our house about 1 mile away also, so I'm back to the community that raised me. So it's pretty awesome to be back here. I mean, I'm driving up and down the same streets that I was driving up with my grandpa. We'd come up Flores Street to come downtown to come eat lunch. And then we'd drive back down Flores, and that's the same route I take to the gym every day. So to say I'm happy is probably an understatement, man. I'm still kind of in awe a little bit about it all.
No, for sure, man. Because I mean, you were the one of the instructors at the one of the Ohana, of course. When you decided to open this establishment, and it seemed like it just came out of nowhere, man. Was it just an opportunity you couldn't pass up?
Well, honestly, it's a plan I've had. I've been saving my pennies, building my credit, doing all the business side things more than just kind of than the training. Like there's other things to wanting to start a business that you gotta make sure you have in order. But me and my professor, I didn't just say I'm gonna start a gym. I asked permission first.
Right.
We had a lunch meeting, and I asked permission, and he supported me. So we were having monthly meetings, just kind of touching base on progress and whatnot. But this was gonna be like a next year plan. But we just started looking at locations, and this spot was open, close to 14,000 square feet downtown, and it was on a $2,000 price reduction on the monthly rent, and it was just the first place that was on the broker's list that the broker sent me, and it was the first place we visited, and it was, I don't know, man, it was just like everything came into alignment, and we decided to just pull the trigger.
No, for sure, man. I mean, because you said 1,400 feet?
14,000.
14,000. Yeah. I mean, the place is huge, man. That's not to mention the upstairs facility space you guys have.
Yep.
Now, for those out there listening and even just coming through, I mean, what is it they can find here at the academy?
What I'm trying to build here at HOJ is more than just like an academy or like a homage or like a shrine to what I've done or my jiu-jitsu. You don't have to come and learn like Jacob Landin jiu-jitsu. I'm trying to build like an actual university, like a hub for jiu-jitsu knowledge, like as if any university, top level university, you'd have this professor, that professor, this professor, each like qualified to teach in their own fields. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do here. I'm not the guy at the helm at the front of every class. I'm trying to empower people, different coaches to run different programs and try to build their own kind of put their own spin on things and bring their own culture to it, because it's not just my culture, it's it's everybody's in general. Like the totality of what we do here and how we do things, the culture is very important. So I'm trying to build like a hub of jiu-jitsu to where if you're visiting South Texas and you're a jiu-jitsu practitioner, like it's got to be on your to-do list to come and drop by HOJ, because they got great roles, they got great people. And I think things like our open mat kind of show that. We have an open mat Sundays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It usually runs to about 2 or 3. And they average close to 40 people, of which there's usually 5, 6, 7 different academies represented, to where it's not like a politics thing. I really do want this space that we've built here to be open to everybody to come and enjoy. That's why open mats, I open up to everybody, despite any affiliation.
No, for sure, man. That's one of the things. I mean, of course, having the studio here for the podcast, man. One of the things I always tell people that I invite over. I mean, I tell them, as far as your policies with them coming in, of course, doing the open mat on Sundays after signing the waiver, of course, But I mean, that's one of the things I love about this place is that you see people. I mean, you yourself, you train with a lot of people here in San Antonio, man, and the fact that it turns full circle and you get to train with a lot of them again, or see a lot of people again. I mean, it's got to be a good feeling. I mean, it's been like 10 plus years. I mean, everybody else that's training in the city has been training well over 10 years. That's, from when I first started doing the whole media thing. So, I mean, is it kind of like a get together or you get to see all these familiar faces, back again, like a tournament and here at the gym?
It's pretty cool, man. I mean, well, one, to kind of join the club of other gym owners, it's awesome. I get to see friends at tournaments, at competitions, and whatnot. Students do come and visit. The jiu-jitsu community in general, I mean, I feel like there's always going to be some sort of competitiveness between academies, and some gyms are competitive towards other gyms, and some gyms allow visitors or promote visiting cross training more than others. So I mean, it's just kind of like a little give and take. I love cross training. I love to my guys or any of my students to go visit other gyms, and I love to get visitors all the time. So anytime I see someone that I used to train with or was a coach of at one point drop by from time to time, it's really, really awesome, because I think having my own place kind of opens that door up a little more to somebody to just come drop by. You don't need to come and make payments here. You don't need to come and be a student, to just drop by from time to time and kind of connect and do some jiu-jitsu. So it makes me happy to see old students, old training partners. I'm seeing guys that, like, we were white belts together. They're also brown and blacks also, and they're coming up together. It's making me feel really old. But it's pretty cool, man. Yeah, to get visits and people to drop by, come get training.
No, for sure. I mean, you have a lobby, which we're actually in right now, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, being able to take advantage of like all the space here, of course, is key. Mm-hmm. Be able to use everything. On top of the gym, of course, I know you have other business ventures that you're doing, and so you're always busy, man. So let me ask you, as far as downtown for you, man, what is that?
Downtown to me represents San Antonio. Like, when I think of downtown, I think I think the tower, I think Mexican food, I think music, I think foot traffic, community, and it feels like home to me. Like I said, the drive I take every day to the gym, I just come up South Florida Street, and it's just like you see the building is getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you see the artwork on the walls, you see the architecture of the old houses, and it really feels like home to me. I think what's different here than other gyms is we're not in a shopping center, we're not in a shopping strip. As soon as you're on the grounds here, you feel the downtown vibe. We got Sanchez Ice House right behind us, practically sharing a parking lot. There's a little street that separates us, but they're out there playing their music, and that's my grandma's favorite place to go and listen and have a drink and dance. And it really feels like home when I hear them playing their music. And, I see the buildings, and I can step outside and see the tower from our little, from our stairway here. And, downtown's home, and I'm glad we found a place that represents that. I think our gym is more than just a gym. I think it's like I said, I want to build a hub for the community. I have I'm working right now with, I guess it's a good time to talk about it. I have a cousin in Alaska, and my cousin AJ, has always been supportive of me. His father just passed away recently. We had funeral services and buried him, committed him to the ground. May he rest in peace. My uncle, and Devotion, we're going to be starting a scholarship program where we're going to be taking 2 kids. We're going to offer them 6 months of jiu-jitsu training completely free. We're going to offer uniforms, daily water, if they need rides to be picked up. We're looking for, local kids here in the community that need something. When I was growing up, thankfully my parents were able to afford, putting me in sports. But when we were out of season, man, I was just kind of, I was gone on the bike, and I got to be home, before the sun the sun went down. But I think these days, kids don't have that kind of independence to just go roam the neighborhood. So we're going to be starting this and Devotion scholarship program, and we're going to be looking for 2 local kids. We're going to, put them through a, jiu-jitsu training here. Free uniform, everything completely free of charge. So it's pretty awesome, man. So downtown is home, and I think we're in a good space to start giving back to not just jiu-jitsu people, but anybody, in this area that needs help.
No, man. Well, for sure. I mean, giving back to the community. I mean, like you said, growing up, I grew up in a family of 8, so of course, everything we had was hand-me-downs, and it was tough to even ask my parents for permission to go to summer camp or go anywhere for that matter. But of course, riding bikes and staying busy, it's not the same as they used to be. Kids right now, a lot of it is social media, of course, and getting them away from that phone it's good for them. They can actually have physical training as far as being able to do jiu-jitsu or even boxing or kickboxing.
Yeah.
But that's actually cool, man. I didn't even know that, man. So I hope that that does that's going to be towards the beginning of the year.
Yes, we're setting everything up now. We're going to try to touch base with some local schools and see if some counselors maybe could give us direction or kind of point us towards families in need. So we're looking to launch that January.
No, the thing about, like you said, with downtown, man, there's a lot of lofts that are popping up left and right, but there's a lot of community. The old community, of course. There's just the west side of San Antonio is, of course, to the west of downtown, but there's I'm sure there's a lot of kids that need this, So for anybody out there listening, of course, you're going to be reaching out to counselors, but can people submit, maybe families or even themselves?
Yes, we're going to be setting up a website, so anybody can drop by the website, get information about the program, get details, and also leave information or for themselves or even recommend a family.
Okay.
So we're in the process of getting that set up right now.
No, sweet, man. And of course, like you said, full uniform. That's another
full uniform. Everything. I want to really help someone with absolute zero expectations of getting something back. I know more than. Man, I wish I could do more, I wish I could do 200 students, 2,000 students, but this is just a start, and I hope that this will kind of snowball into something bigger.
No, definitely. I'm all for it, man. As far as giving back, I've always been keen to doing that myself with just, not just the sport, but the community, man, people around me, and that's a great concept, man. I hope, I know it's going to start, so I hope it does snowball, and, like you said, maybe even be able to cover a lot more kids around the neighborhood, man.
Yeah, that's the goal. I got such a big place so I could make a big impact. No one in specifics, just in general, people sometimes start businesses and might look like, what's the quickest way to do it or the easiest way to do it? What's the quickest location I can find? What's the cheapest location I can find? What's the bare minimums I could do this, and minimize my own risk, Right. I decided to do the exact opposite. I decided to risk bankruptcy, put every dollar I had on the line to get such a big spot, not because I wanted a big cool gym, but because I knew to make a big impact, I needed to have a big location, so I needed to put everything on the line. I felt like this community deserved, somebody to roll the dice a little bit and put it all on the line instead of just grabbing a quick spot right here on the corner and opening up a little quick academy to make some money. It's scary signing a lease for such a big property, But I think in the long run, taking that big risk is going to have so much, rewards, not just monetarily for, personal gains, but just for the community. I would love to HOJ just to be a part of the Southtown area. When you Google Southtown, boom, our building pops up. Yeah. And
let me ask you this, because obviously you guys have evening classes. You just recently started a lunch class, which is going to actually take place today.
Mm-hmm,
and what are the hours for those?
So we have evening classes. The adults start every day from 6 o'clock currently until 9:30 p.m. We run, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu classes, no-gi classes for just beginners. We run MMA practice as well. And we close out our night with a late night Jiu-Jitsu class, 8:30 to 9:30 in the gi. Coach David Longori, he teaches our morning classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 7 a.m. and then 6 a.m. and then again at 7:30, and then we just introduced lunchtime today, Tuesdays and Thursdays. We're doing that from 12 to 1. The goal is to eventually have this place running, all day from 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. But it's just a slow growth right now.
No, and one of the things, let me ask you, because I had talked to David Longoria about this. Was of course, parents that are out there listening, if they have kids, they can put their kids in class and actually train themselves.
Correct. So we do, first of all, any parent that drops a child off, we have a strength conditioning area upstairs, which is also always growing, and we're always adding more things. We have about close to 3,000 square feet in our upstairs second floor mezzanine area. That's where we hold our MMA classes. That's also where our strength conditioning area is. So any parent is more than welcomed, with a waiver signed, obviously, to just go upstairs and do a workout. We have workouts written on the walls. We have circuit workouts for them. And you can literally, work out and take 2 steps over and take a look down and overlook on the classes, because it's not a complete second floor that's walled off. It's a mezzanine. So there's a railing that you can just look right over, and you can watch class and get a workout in. We also offer family packages. So if you have your kids signed up, any family member can get added on for a discounted rate with no registration fee.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
And also, the lobby, of course. A lot of people, the family, they usually sit out here and wait for their kids to finish up. So this is a cool concept, man.
Yeah, we have a pretty big lobby. We have a lobby, I don't know, I would say this is close to 2,000 square feet just of lobby space. We're always setting up, more merchandise. And Spider's always bringing in new furniture for us.
Oh, yeah.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have about 6 couches in here now. So tons of space to come in. We have free Wi-Fi. We're a Spectrum free Wi-Fi spot. So not just our students, anybody can come on in here and use the Wi-Fi.
No, for sure, man. Well, I know you're gonna have a class starting up pretty soon, man. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this. Mm-hmm. But I do want to thank you, man. I'm gonna put the website link, of course, on the video, and I want to thank you, for allowing me to be here and being open, having that open door policy, man.
No, man, thank you, bro. I think you're kind of an underground goat of this San Antonio MMA media thing. So, so I would like to thank you. When I was an up and coming fighter, you would message me and be like, "Hey, man, I got $100 for you. Come on by, pick this money up. Here, man, I got this product for you. I got this for you." So I'm just giving back to what you gave me, man. So thank you, and keep giving back, and hopefully, you start to reach more and more and more people, because, your voice is important, man. So thank you.
No, I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Everybody out there, that was Jacob Landin, of course, the owner here at HOJ. This is Spider, and you are listening to the Fight Card Podcast. So next time, follow up.